We met this child at the Dehiyatakhandya base hospital. A father in the area beat his 3 children over the quality of a meal.
The 3 children who were subject to a grievous beating from their father are receiving treatment at the Dehiyatakhandya base hospital. The father, who had come home drunk on the night before last, had beaten his children with the aid of a broomstick. The police said that the children were aged 14, 10 and 5. On a prior occasion, the father had burnt the eldest boy's face with the lit end of a beedi. I do the cooking and all the other housework. I also wash my father's clothes. The suspect's mother says that he used the money sent by his wife, who is working abroad, to consume alcohol.
My son beats me too. The mother is abroad. The money she sends is used to consume liquor. He doesn't even buy any clothes. He comes home drunk and beats the children.
The suspect father, who was arrested, was later produced before the Dehiyatakhandya magistrate, who ordered that he be remanded until the 13th of this month.
According to data from the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, inflation has declined to 9.5% in August 2012 from 9.8% in the previous month, July. This is on the back of a 3-year high 9.6% recorded last month.
Inflation percentage reported in the month of February this year was 2.7%. However, at the end of July this year, the inflation rate rose to the highest recorded over the past 3 years to 9.8%. At the end of August, inflation had reduced to 9.5%. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka cites the price decreases in the food category as a reason for this. The prices of vegetables, fish, milk powder, eggs, potatoes, coconuts, onions decreased. However, during the month of August, the increase in the prices of rice, sugar, fruits and lime were reported. The Central Bank also cites that there was price increase in the categories of clothing and footwear and household equipment.
You're watching News First, and up next is a look at Action TV.
මේ සතුන්ට සිද්ධලා දෙන අයනේ කුඹුරු විදෙමට සිද්ධලා දෙන අයනේ මේක ක්‍රීඩා පිටක් සඳහා උචිත තැනක්ද එහෙම නැත්නම් මේක ගැළපෙන තැනක්ද කියන කාරණේ ආදාන අනුශාසනික කරුණු කිසි දෙයක් අදාළ ආයතනයෙන් කරන්නේ නැහැ.
On the 30th of last month, at the Panadura Pradesh Sabha meeting, one of the occasions on which political power was abused in attempts made a few years ago to forcefully take over this farmland in Kaludayawala, Panadura, from the farmer who had a peasant hold over it, was brought to the limelight. On several occasions in the recent past, Action TV revealed that when the court spoiled these attempts to take over the land, it was taken over via a gazette notification on the 25th of May, labelled as an urgent public need. On the 30th of August, Action TV revealed how this letter addressed by the Panadura Divisional Secretary to the Panadura HQI of Police proves that the relevant act had been violated in the process of taking over this land. A letter addressed by the Panadura Divisional Secretariat to the Chairman of the Development Committee of the King George V Memorial Elders Home, which owns the farm, also proves that this is an illegal action. Both these letters state that on the 9th of August, the Panadura Divisional Secretariat had indirectly taken over wardship of this land. However, land can only be taken over in this manner by the government or judiciary only if the owner or ward of the land is deceased or there is no information as to their whereabouts. Documents which were transferred in relation to the takeover of this land prove that the Divisional Secretary was aware as to who the owner of this farm was. Shouldn't inquiries be made to determine as to whose political needs the Divisional Secretariat was aiming to fulfill through this action, which violates the Agrarian Services Act under which this land is governed? Minister of Public Administration and Home Affairs, this one is over to you.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa paid his final respects to former Minister late Vijay Palamendis this evening.
The remains of the late minister are lying at his residence in Negombo. Here the President paid his final respects to the late minister. The minister, who passed away last afternoon at a private hospital in Colombo, was 84 years old at the time of his demise. Vijaypala served as a member of parliament since 1960 after he was appointed as the youngest mayor in Negombo in 1959. In 2001, he was an active member in the administration of President Chandrika Kumaratunga.
United National Party parliamentarian Buddhika Patharara says that there should be a change in the scale used to measure literacy in the country. The parliamentarian expressed this view at an event held in Mathura today.
This event was held to enroll the 13th batch of students for the English, Tamil and computer courses conducted by the Mathura Samadhi Foundation.
मेरटे साक्षरतावे බලන මිම්ම තමන්ගේ මව්බස කියවන්ට ලියන්න කොච්චර පුළුවන්ද කියන එක.
The literacy scale in this country is used to determine the literacy of individuals in their mother tongue. I think there should be a change in the literacy scale. I believe that the literacy scale should be changed where the literacy will be measured based on the capability of reading and writing in Sinhala, Tamil and English. This should be done.
ඒක අනිවාර්යෙන් විය යුතුව තියෙන දෙයක්.
The annual Ther festival at the Captain Gardens, Sri Kailasanandar Swami Kovil, was held today.
The annual festival of the Kailasanandar Swami Kovil, which holds a prominent position among the main Sivam Kovils in the capital, commenced on the 18th of August. A large number of Hindu devotees participated in the pujas held this morning. The Ther festival commenced following religious observances at the Sri Kailasanandar Swami Kovil.
Former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca paid his last respects to the late Mahanayak of the Sri Lanka Ramanya Mahanikaya, Agamaha Pandita Most Venerable Vivaldini Midalankara Thera today.
The remains of the late Thera are lying at the Medigama Shasana Vardhana Piriven Vihara. Former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca and retired Chief Justice Sarath N. Silva paid their last respects today.
Medalankar Swamintan Wahanse Aba Prapti Vima Apata Itama.
The Most Venerable Mahanayaka had a vision to move forward with the clergy and fill the country with morality. Although it did not happen during his time, as those who follow his instructions, we would take measures to fulfill them in the future.
Api Unwahanse Nayagati Unwahanse Ratata Agamadar Medical Seve again. Unwahanse Niwan Sapala Beva Kiela Api Prata.
Before moving on to sports news, 3 persons who were arrested in connection to killing a number of crocodiles in a forest reserve were released on bail today. The Kapitiko Lava acting magistrate Dilisha Dasanayak, who ordered a bail of 200,000 rupees each for the suspects, also ordered the police to file charges against the suspects on the 4th of September.
This is the tank located within the Horupatana Serunava Forest Reserve in Anuradhapura. News First correspondent Rajita Vijayasundar recently received an anonymous phone call about a certain group killing crocodiles in the reserve. A correspondent also sought the assistance from the police to record the footage of this act, as the anonymous caller had urged that this be done very carefully. Although the wildlife officers did not arrive to enter the forest reserve with us, News First was joined by the officers from the Horupatana police. A correspondent noted that a group was seen engaging in fishing in the Serunava tank when they reached there with the police. The police suspect that the group may have killed the crocodiles as they were an obstruction for fishing activities. The police said that poison was inserted into the fish and was used for this purpose, and that a large number of crocodile carcasses have been burnt. These fishermen who were arrested in connection to the incident were presented before the magistrate. Because of the tank's location, a large number of wild animals arrived at this tank for water. According to reports, the gates of the tank have also been opened up to dry up the tank for fishing purposes. It has not been determined whether the killed crocodiles are saltwater crocodiles or margot crocodiles. According to the Wildlife Ordinance, it is a punishable offence to slaughter animals within a forest reserve.
Sri Lanka won the Ball Championship final as the Borneo Rugby Sevens in Malaysia today after they comprehensively beat the host nation.
Malaysia took an early lead in the match with a 12-7 point lead in the first half. However, Sri Lanka, who suffered back-to-back defeats against Japan and Chinese Taipei yesterday, came out strongly after the turnaround. Sri Lanka bounced back to score 12 more points, while Malaysia remained scoreless. The Lankans went on to win the game 19-12, scoring through 2 goals and a penalty.
Taking a look at another one of our local stories, 2 people have been killed after a boat capsized in the Dadugam Oya in Sidua. Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana said that the 2 victims had arrived in the area to attend a religious festival. He added that the accident took place when the boat collided with an old bridge. The victims were residents of Negombo.